Welcome back to NBC's 6th Annual National Heads Up Poker Championship presented by GoDaddy.com. We've had upsets galore so far, with poker giants falling hard and Cinderella stories making waves. Let's meet the last 4 matches in our round of 16. Elia Lesra stares down Dennis Phillips. At table 4, it's Celebrity Apprentice star and World Series bracelet winner Annie Duke against 2007 Heads Up champion Paul Wassica. Paul, how are you going to be the first 2-time Heads Up champ?
Well, first I have to get past Annie, and I'm not looking past any match, so, you know, it's a long way to the top from here.
Annie, it's the furthest you've gone in this tournament.
Yes, thank you for reminding me.
Have you been working on your Heads Up game?
I haven't been working specifically on Heads Up, but I have been working on my game, and I'm happy with how I've been playing lately. But that being said, it may just be luck that's gotten me here, so maybe I'll have some more luck against Paul.
All right, we'll have to wait and see, Ray. Good luck, guys.
All right, thanks.
At table 5, we have Barry Greenstein and 2007 World Series champ Jerry Yang. And at our feature table, the most mature player in the field, 76-year-old Doyle Brunson, battles the youngest one here, Annette Obrestadt from Norway, who recently turned 21. Doyle, you know, you're our most veteran guy here, also one of the best in the world. Do you think your live experience is going to take you past Annette today?
I imagine it'll just be whoever gets the luckiest, and I just hope she don't bat her eyes at me, because I'll just give her my chips.
Oh, see, you're an old gentleman. I love it. Annette, you've met him twice at the World Series Europe. He beat you both times. Are you looking for a little revenge here?
Definitely, but I agree with what he said. You know, you gotta get lucky to win.
But I'm sure you have some respect for him, right?
I sure do. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I gotta say, I beat her, but she outplayed me, I thought.
Oh,
No, all right.
I did.
Well, good luck, you two. Let's get the cards in the air.
thank you. Oh, you're such a sweetheart, Doyle.
I did think that. I remember saying that at the time.
Yeah, but I don't feel like I did. You know?
You know, you can't help it if you lose, but I thought you played really good
Well, thank you.
and better than I did.
Oh.
This is the first time I've played in 3 months, and I feel like I broke out of jail.
All right, make sure you don't bust me until my mom gets here. Because she's late.
Craig Hummer here with Ali Najad. Blinds at 6 and 1200 as these round of 16 matches continue. Doyle takes a look at ace-5 suited.
No shortage of flattery between these two. It's not often a legend like Doyle Brunson will concede to having been outplayed, despite having gotten the best of Annette on the 2 prior occasions on which they've met.
Obrestadt with 9-8 calls. Doyle's raised to 2700. Annette pairs her 8. She checks.
Gonna let Doyle fire the standard continuation bet in this situation. That's what you expect from the pre-flop raiser in position.
He bets 3,700. Annette calls.
Pretty dry looking board there. No flush draw.
Rag on the turn, no help to Doyle.
Board stays untextured. Annette checks again. And considering that the board is untextured and Annette has called the flop, it's pretty hard to do what Doyle's doing here.
He bets 8,500. And Annette folds.
Lays down the best hand and shows a lot of respect in the process.
Taking a look at our tournament bracket, the second half of the round of 16, and we're in the hearts and diamonds sections of the draw. Single elimination, heads up, no limit Texas Hold'em. And the winners of these matches earn their spots in the quarterfinals. Out at table 4, blinds 6 and 1200.
Yeah, I played with him for a while in the LAPC, and that guy, he goes up and down very quickly.
Yes, he does. I actually got the lead in the Heads Up against him for a little bit, and then I had 2 like flush draws with a pair, or flush draws with a straight, or whatever miss. I was like, if you don't hit those, it's not going to go well for you.
Ace-4 for Annie. She raises to 2,600. Queen-10 for Paul.
And a call.
He'll call.
5,200 in the pot heading to the flop.
Wassica with the inside straight draw.
And 2 overcards to go with it.
Check, check.
Annie checking ace high in position there, not firing the continuation bet, a little more conservative style.
Annie picks up a wheel draw.
That's 31.
Wasika bets 3,100.
Annie's ace high, still in the lead right now.
31.
She calls.
I like the fact that Paul bets on the turn there, tries to pick up the pot.
Paul pairs his queen.
Just got there. Annie checking the flop and then calling the turn feels a lot like an ace high type of hand. Maybe pocket fours through pocket sevens.
Paul bet 5,300. Annie decides to fold.
Ace high looked good on the turn, but not on the river. Good laydown.
Only 2 ways to go in this tournament. Either go forward or go home. 8 players carrying momentum, but only 4 can advance. Quarterfinal berths on the line in hearts and diamonds at the 2010 National Heads Up Poker Championship. Back at our featured table, blinds now 8 and 1,600. Annette Obrestadt with a small chip advantage. Doyle looks at ace-queen suited.
That's premium blend right there.
He raises to 3,500. Annette with queen 10.
She's dominated.
She calls.
This is where you don't know it, but if you're Annette, you do not want to see a queen on this flop.
6, 7, 5 misses both players. Annette bets 5,100.
5,100.
It's been my size cards ever since we started. I finally got 2 good ones, and they put that out there.
Impressive play out of position from Annette.
I'm looking for my first pair.
There are so many marquee matchups in the round of 16, Ali, but perhaps none more anticipated than 10-time bracelet winner Doyle Brunson and 2007 World Series of Poker Europe main event champ Annette Obrestadt. This is a battle of the ages, literally.
You said it, Craig. Doyle is in his mid-70s. Annette just 21 years of age. Big story here. Annette has publicly claimed to have played more hands of poker than Doyle Brunson. Hard to believe, but not entirely impossible, because Obrestadt plays online where you can play multiple tables and take a lot more hands. They deal faster. Annette, I picked against you last round. Not going to make the same mistake twice. I like you through to the quarters.
If Doyle and Annette are old versus new, then Paul Wasika and Annie Duke are success versus tough luck, at least here at Heads Up.
2007 Heads Up Poker champ Paul Wasika, there's your success. The tough luck, Annie Duke only having 1 win up to this point in Heads Up, but she's already doubled that output here this year. Now, I hope I'm not giving her the kiss of death here, because I haven't been picking so well so far, but I'm taking Annie over Paul in a really close one and through to the quarters.
Music to Annie's ears.
Maybe.
Their blinds at 8 and 1,600 now. Our GoDaddy.com pocket cam shows Duke's 5 tray.
3,500 total.
She raises to 3,500. Ace 10 for Wasika.
Annie showing that she's willing to play all parts of the deck from the button.
He calls.
And Paul, in turn, showing that he doesn't mind keeping pots small. Could have re-raised here if he wanted.
Annie pairs her tray.
Check.
Paul checks. Duke bets 3,900. And Paul calls.
A board like that gives value to an ace high. If a board comes 5, 6, 7 all spades here, Paul's ace 10 doesn't look quite as good. But it's okay to tear here. See if you can't freeze your opponent.
Turn no help to Wasika. He bets 4,200.
Or instead of freeze your opponent, you check call then lead like Paul's doing.
Annie raises to 15,000.
Raise.
And Paul folds.
Interesting. Annie senses a weak defensive bet from Paul. Just because she has 3s alone doesn't mean she's not going to raise. And that's exactly how she would have played a big hand.
Brunson trailing Obrestadt now by just over 11,000 chips. Annette has Jack 6. She raises to 3,200.
2,200 total.
Doyle was 6'5". Re-raises to 11,200.
Power poker.
Annette wants no part of it and folds.
Doyle starting to exploit that respect that Annette shows him.
Back to table 4. Blinds now at 1 and 2,000. Waska trailing Duke by just over 14,000 chips. He takes a look at Queen 3 suited. Raises to 4,600. King 5 for Annie. She calls.
4600.
Wasika pairs his tray. Duke flops a pair of 5s.
Both players with a piece. Annie's got middle pair and a good kicker. And leading out here, she's taking